Well, wait a minute, look. We've come up here, we took a right there, and then a left, so we must be here.
Come here. Doesn't say. It says Stanley Road here, look, so it must be just a bit further on to the right.
Well, we better wait a minute. We don't want to be too early for Dr. Maxwell, do we?
Yeah, OK. Oh, it's a nice, classy area.
Of course it is. Not one of your backstreet ropey old practices like your last job.
Well, let's go. We're nearly there. We can make a nice stately approach.
You know, a nice stately limousine. I'm not working here.
Yes!
Now, I've told you boys before not to fool about. Now, go on, clear off, get out of it.
We come to see Dr. Maxwell.
What? Yes, well, what's the matter with you? You don't look ill to me.
No, we're not. This is Dr. Collier and I'm Dr. Upton.
Yes, we come for the interview.
Doctor? Well, I'm so sorry, I do apologise. It's just that you look so young. But doctors are looking younger these days, don't you think? Rather like policemen, what?
What?
No, never mind. Come in. Good, that's the ticket. Now, you wrote to me, didn't you?
Yeah, well, he'd...
How do you do?
How do you do?
How do you do, sir?
Oh, I'm all right. Now, we want 2 partners for this practice.
Yes, we know.
I've been carrying it on my own ever since the senior partner died. Fascinating case, that. Died of liver failure. Quite suddenly. It was a great shock to me. I've been treating him for his kidneys. Now, this is the consulting room. And waiting room through there. Where are you from?
We trained at St. Swithin's.
What? Oh, St. Swithin's. Oh, yes. I'm a High Cross man myself, but I tell you this, I learnt most of my medicine in the army.
Really, sir?
Yes, that's why everybody calls me the Major. Sit down. Yes, I learned my craft in Africa, India, the Far East. Malaria, lower, Majora foot. That damn little teacher fly kept us busy too, I can tell you. Even picked up a dose of malaria myself. That taught me to keep my mosquito net down, I can tell you.
You mentioned in the advertisement that experienced partners were what you wanted. Well, in fact, this would be our first job. Well, my first, and...
It's a fascinating disease, that, you know.
What?
Lower. Worm. Gets into the bloodstream. Apparently, the native doctors wait until it works up into the head, and then they sit back and watch till it crawls over the patient's eyeball and pick it off with a pin. I never saw it done myself, but... You'd like some tea, wouldn't you?
Yes, please.
No, we're in rather a hurry, I'm afraid, but we have to go. But thank you for sparing the time.
Oh, no trouble at all. Be very nice to have you 2 lads helping me. This practice is too much for one man, you know. You're very young, of course, but you'll soon learn, eh?
Oh, we certainly will.
Yeah, we certainly would, but we'd like time to think it over.
Good. That's the stuff. You won't find a neater little practice in the whole of London. Something you can really get your teeth into. You've got a car, I suppose?
Oh, yes.
But it's not a very good one.
Well, that's just as well. They don't last long round here. Well, let's settle then.
Thank you.
Good. Now, you can move in tonight and we'll fix up all the details after you settle in.
Right, well, thank you for sparing the time. Goodbye.
Goodbye, thank you.
Bye. Very nice to have you with us.
Thank you. Well, we could do worse.
No, we couldn't.
Oh, come on, Matt, we're broke. We need a job.
I know, but I'm going to look at a few more.
Oh, hell!
afternoon.
Hello, that was very quick. Yours? Enoch! Put those back at once! Come inside.
Paul,
La la la.
look at these.
Sex, not first thing in the morning.
My mother.
Oh yes, you'll like those.
Listen to this. Dearest Michael, I hope these reach you for the start of your new job. I know how slack you boys are about these things. Be good, your loving mummy.
Oh, that's very sweet.
How old does she think I am? Now one day I'm going to write back and say, Dear Mummy, I'm living with 6 nymphomaniac coloured junkies and I haven't changed my underpants in months.
Why don't you? Right now, Michael, breakfast. Where's the kitchen?
You're treading on it.
Oh, great. Well, look, there's a coffee store down on the building site. I'll go down there and get some nice, horrible, greasy bacon sandwiches or something for breakfast.
Wait, you better be quick. Surgery's at 9. That was quick.
Oh,
Oh,
who are you?
Upton. Michael Upton.
Well, what are you doing in here? You're not one of the boys off the estate, are you?
No.
I'm going to call the police.
No, I'm Dr. Upton.
You're not one of the new partners, are you?
Yes, I am. Why shouldn't I be?
Oh, well, you're very young.
I may be young, but I'm not very young.
I'm sorry. Daddy didn't tell me you'd arrived. He forgets everything.
He didn't tell me you had a daughter.
I told you he forgets everything. I'm Soot Summer.
Soot Summer.
That's pygmy name for banana flower. But you can call me Sue.
Sue.
I do everything round here.
But doesn't your mother help?
No, she died of tropical jaundice a long time ago.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's all right. It was quite funny. Daddy was treating her for measles. I was going to clean your room up.
No, it's all right.
Oh, okay. You sure you wouldn't like me to give you a quick flick?
Yes. No, thanks. Later.
I'm ever so sorry I didn't realise who you were. But honestly, you don't look much older than me.
Oh, I am. How old are you?
17.
I'm much older than you.
Well, I hope I look like that when I'm your age then.
I like that, and I like it very much. Who is she?
The banana flower.
Eh?
Sandra. That's Sue, the Major's daughter.
Oh, she was only a major's daughter, but she's always...
Paul,
Huh?
do I still look young to you?
Michael, you will always look young to me. No, really. Really, I think it's amazing. How old do you think Michael Upton is? 16? No, he's already the father of 10 children. And a qualified doctor. So what's the secret of his baby smooth complexion?
Bacon sandwiches.
Bacon sandwiches, so kind to my skin.
Michael, surgery starts in 5 minutes.
Oh, well, here we go.
That's it, Mike. Just act confident. You can't go wrong, baby face.
Oh, hello. Come in.
Morning.
Morning. I'm sorry you missed out on breakfast this morning, but I didn't realise you were here.
Oh, that's all right. We managed.
Good.
Morning.
Morning,
sir.
Well, now, morning surgery at 9 o'clock. You'll be able to cope, won't you, Dr. Upton?
What? By myself?
No, Sue will be with you.
Come, I'll show you everything you want.
Splendid. I'm going to take Dr. Collier and show him the rounds, introduce him to the practice. Right, let's get cracking. See you later.
Bye.
Confidence, Mike.
Come along.
Nothing like being thrown in at the deep end.
Don't worry, sit down. I'll bring in the patients with their record cards. I don't think we've any new patients this morning, so it should be quite straightforward.
Good.
We do have a few patients from the rough end of Shamrock Road, but they don't usually cause much trouble. Not in the mornings. Anyway, there's the number of the police station should there be any bother, and the Major keeps his knob carry down here.
What's that?
Oh, he picked it up in Africa, but he doesn't often have to use it. And you must never use it, unless you have to.
No, thanks. Right.
I'll show the first patient in then.
Yes, yes. Sue, I do really look old enough to be a doctor, don't I?
Of course you do. A young doctor. Listen. Major always tells his new partners, just be confident and firm.
He didn't tell me.
Well, he forgets.
Firm, eh?
Yes,
Firm.
firm.
Firm. Right, send them in, please.
First patient, please. Mrs. Baxter.
Morning, Mrs. Baxter. I'm Dr. Firm. Dr. How do you do?
You're a bit young for a doctor, aren't you? Are you the new one?
Yes.
I don't want you. I want the Major. Why, you're only a kid. You look as though you've just left school. You're no older than her, you're not. Well, you won't do for me. I'm waiting for the Major. I want to be seen by a proper doctor.
Well, Mrs. Baxter, just a moment, please. I am a proper doctor, you old bag. Why does every single one of them say, oh, you're a bit young for a doctor, aren't you?
Don't worry. They'll get used to you.
Yeah, when I've got grey hair.
Next, please. It's all right. The next one's more your age.
Thank you, Sue.
Come on then.
Good morning. Sit down, please.
Morning. Want to see the doctor, please?
I am the doctor.
Is he?
Yes.
Oh.
This is Dr. Maxwell's new partner, Dr. Upton.
Thank you, Sue. I'm Dr. Upton.
Him? A doctor? He's not old enough. You ain't old enough to be a doctor.
Stand up straight and be quiet before I belt you one.
Mrs.
Edmonds.
Mrs. Edmonds, have you brought your medical card?
He's not as old as my brother.
Yes, he is. Now shut up. Here's my card, Doctor.
He's not. He's not old enough.
Yes, he is. He's Dr. Upton. He's your new doctor. Now say hello to Dr. Upton.
Hello.
I'm sorry, son.
Mrs. Edmonds, what seems to be the trouble?
It's his knee.
Oh, his knee.
Yes, it's come up all horrible again. Here, show him your knee.
Come on, I'm not soft. Look at that. Horrible, ain't it?
Oh, put it away.
You've had treatment for this in the past, I believe.
You don't have to talk posh. Mum, don't he talk posh?
Oh, shut up, you little bleeder. Yes, he cut it before.
Yes, and the other doctor gave you some macroflavine.
Well, the Major gave me some yellow stuff to put on it, but he won't use it, Doctor.
He's not a doctor.
Once and for all, will you be quiet or do you want the strap when you get home?
He's a kid.
Oh, shut up. Here, give me that. I'm talking to the doctor.
Thank you, Mrs. Edmonds. Go on.
Well, he won't keep the plaster on at school. I've told him, but he takes no notice. Well, you know what it's like with children. Oh, well, no, of course you wouldn't, would you?
I can imagine.
Yes. Well, anyway, I expect you can remember what it's like at school, can't you?
No, funnily enough, I don't remember school that well. It was a long time ago.
Hey, you used to go to Haywood Secondary, didn't you? Mummy was one of Terry's mates at the Wood. You only left last year, didn't you?
Little boy, I'm old enough to be your father.
Yeah, and my father's old enough to be your father. And he's twice as big as you. Proper doctor's got grey hair and glasses.
That's just because Dr. Maxwell has.
Yeah, well, he's a proper doctor. I want to see him.
Yes, well, you can't. You're going home now. You can see him next time. I'm ever so sorry, Doctor. You've been ever so helpful. I'll bring him again if it don't get better. Now say bye-bye to the doctor. Oh, he's ever so young.
And the next.
Now just relax a minute. Calm down.
I don't need to calm down. Let's get it over with.
Probably no more.
Oh. Well, thank God for that. At least it was short. Let's go and get some coffee, shall we? Oh, I'm terribly sorry. I didn't realise there was anybody else. I'll have the next one right away, please. Who's next?
We're waiting for the proper doctor.
Michael, what's the matter?
They've gone on strike.
Morning.
Morning, Major.
Dad, come here. Come on with you.
Morning. Hello, Mike. You look as if you've had quite a morning.
Great.
It's put years on you.
All right, I'll fit in as many of you as I can, but obviously some of you are going to have to come back this evening. Right, volunteers for this evening's surgery will be you, and you. Right, next one.
Oh,
What are you doing?
how do I look?
Stupid.
Yeah, but if it was real, would I look older?
Well,
Is it my voice? Do I sound young?
not particularly. Who are you calling? Vacancy for partner. Wanted for Mayfair practice. Oh, come on, Mike. You're not giving it up already.
Oh, it'd be nice to know I could go somewhere else if I wanted to.
Oh, so...
Oh, hello, Dr. Goldman. This is Dr. M.A. Upton. I believe you're looking for a partner. Oh, yes, very experienced. Well, longer than I care to remember, what? Oh, I see. Yes, thank you, goodbye.
Well?
They're looking for a younger man.
Oh, come on, Mike. You'll be all right. As soon as they find out you know your stuff, they won't care how young you look.
Ah, so I do look young.
Yes. Well, no. Well, oh, it doesn't matter.
Yes, it does. They won't let me get near them.
Come in.
Anyone at home? Sorry to butt in on it like this, but, Dr. Upton, I wonder if you care to assist me with the evening surgery.
Well, I don't think there's much point.
You've got about 5 minutes. And have a shave first, there's a good chap. Now, Dr. Upton, you sit down there, and I shall sit here. I'll handle the patients, and you just sit down there quietly and let them get used to you.
All right.
I understand you had a bit of bother this morning. You ran up against Mrs. Baxter, I suppose. She's the ringleader of them.
Yes, I gathered that.
So, if we can get her on your side, the others shouldn't worry you. We'll see her first, please. So, sit down, Doctor.
Come in, Mrs. Baxter, will you please?
Is it the Major? I don't want... Oh, yes. Hello, Major.
Mrs. Baxter, sit down. Now, what can we do for you?
I won't say in front of him.
Well, there's no need to worry, Mrs. Baxter. Dr. Upton is a man of the world. Come on now, what's the matter with you?
Well, Major, it's the waterworks department.
I see.
Especially at night time. It's like a blooming alarm clock. Every hour on the hour up our gate. Well, as you know, I've never been right in that respect since I was a girl. And ate the apple.
Yeah. You had the what?
The apple.
Apple?
The apple with the maggot in it. I was told the maggot had got into one of my kidneys and started off my bother.
Yes, right. I don't think we can really blame the maggot for it, you know, Mrs. Baxter. What do you think, Doctor?
Extremely unlikely.
Extremely unlikely. I was told I had a maggot in the kidneys by Mrs. Simpson's granny. And she knew more about it than you do, I dare say. And she could cure warts.
Yes, all right, Mrs. Baxter. I think we'd better have a look at you.
All right. Not in front of him.
Oh, come on now, come on. Give the poor boy a chance.
Perhaps I'd better go.
No, you stay put, Doctor. Sue, get me Mrs. Baxter's IVP, will you, please?
Major, obviously Mrs. Baxter doesn't want me here.
No, I'd much rather you stayed, please, Dr. Upton. In any case, I want... Oh. Right.
Major, are you all right?
Of course he's not all right. Don't need a doctor to see that.
No, got a bit dizzy, that's all. I'm cold, very, very cold.
Oh, he's having one of his turns.
Have you seen him like this before?
No, never. What is it?
I think it's malaria.
Dad!
Oh, Sue, give me a hand. Would you help me get him on the couch? It's a relapse of his malaria.
Is it catching?
No, Mrs. Baxter, not unless you get bitten by an anopheline mosquito. Sue, do you have any chloroquine, mephrocrene, quinine, or at least some atipagin?
I think Daddy's got some chloroquine.
Get it.
Oh, shouldn't we call a doctor?
I am a doctor.
Oh, I mean a proper doctor.
Mrs. Baxter, I'm sorry. Will you wait outside?
What do you know about malaria?
Enough, Mrs. Baxter, enough.
Is this it?
Yes, give him 4 of those.
What are you giving him?
4 250-milligram tablets of chloroquine. Do you approve?
I only hope you know what you are doing.
I do. Sue, get me a syringe. We're going to take a blood sample to be sure and make out a pathology form. How long since these attacks started?
About 12 years.
This is probably quartan fever. Ask the pathologist to look for Plasmodium malariae. And ask Paul to come and give me a hand, will you? Oh. Take it easy, Mayor. We'll get you into bed as soon as we can.
All right, Dr. Upton, thank you.
Are you better, Major?
Yes, thank you.
Mrs. Baxter.
I'll go and wait outside, shall I, Doctor?
Yes, please.
Right, what is it?
It's a relapse of his malaria. Will you give me a hand to get him to bed? Go. Easy now. All right?
Oh, just a moment, please.
And he brought the Major out of it just like that.
Very steady now. All right.
I'm extremely sorry about this, ladies and gentlemen, but I've suddenly been taken rather unwell. I'm going to have to rest for a bit. But I'll see you all at tomorrow morning's surgery. That is, unless, of course, any of you want to stay and be seen by Dr. Upton.
Oh!
Oh, splendid. Splendid. Well, good night, then. All right. Good, splendid. I've got a little confession to make. I'm not really ill at all. But you see, I wanted to give you a chance to impress Mrs. Baxter. So I was just putting on a little show for her benefit.
Oh, no, so was I.
What?
Major, I may look as though I've just stepped out of the cradle, but I am competent enough to know if someone's really ill or not.
Touche.